AffordableHomesAndApartments.com. Don't let this happen to you. Okay, now there's also something called the bait and switch. The scam artist convinces you to sign documents for a new loan modification that will make your existing mortgage current. This is a trick. You actually just signed documents that surrender the title or deed of your house to the scam artist. You signed your house away in exchange for a rescue loan. Thoroughly read any documents before you sign them, my homeowner. Now we also have a rent-to-own or leaseback scheme. A scammer urges you to surrender the title or deed of your home as part of a deal that will let you stay in your home either as a renter and then buy it back in a few years. He may tell you that surrendering the title will permit a borrower with a better credit rating to get new financing and keep you from losing your home. However, the scammer may have no intention of ever selling the home back to you. But the terms of these deals usually make buying back your home impossible. Worse yet, when the new borrower defaults on the loan, you're evicted. Another variation to that scam is the scammer raises the rent over a period of time in which you can't begin to afford. After missing several rent payments, you're evicted, leaving the rescuer free to sell your house. Okay? This possibly could work, this rent with a lease back. However, all the terms of the agreement need to be stated in the initial contract. Okay? In other words, he wouldn't have been able to raise your rent in this scenario, variation here, if you had stated in the contract what your rent was going to be and for what period of time it was going to be that. If your rent is $700, if you all agree on $700 a month rent, then it needs to be in the contract. I'm selling my house to him, okay, for X amount of dollars. Okay, now say you owe $40,000 on the mortgage. You might want to make some cash out of the deal. So I'm going to sell it to you for top dollar. See, that's where a licensed real estate professional comes in at. AffordableHomesAndApartments.com. See, we can help you negotiate your mortgage. We can help you negotiate all of that. Make sure that all of the whole contract is the way it should be. And then it'll be ready for lawyer approval. You see? It needs to be stated in there. I'm selling my house. I owe $40,000, but I'm selling my house to you for $80,000. More than likely, they're going to want to buy it for $40,000. And so they figure that you're uneducated and you don't know no better. That you're going to sell it for $40,000, and then eventually, within the next 6 months, you're going to be out altogether and not even have a house to live in. No, but you know better than that because you got my book, Helpful Homeowners Facing the Loss of Your Home, from AffordableHomesAndApartments.com. All right? So you know better than that. The scammer offers to find a buyer for your home, but only if you sign over the deed and move out. That doesn't make any sense, does it? The scammer promises to pay you some of the profit when the home sells, but the scammer simply rents out your home and keeps the profits while the lender proceeds with foreclosure. You lose your home and you're still responsible for the unpaid mortgage. Because transferring the deed does not affect the mortgage obligation. Transferring the deed only transfers ownership. Okay? It's perfectly legal with the exception of the fact that if the mortgage company knew that that deed had been transferred, now they're going to require the entire mortgage to be due. Because the only person that's supposed to have ownership of that house is the mortgage holder. The person who owns the deed to that house is supposed to be the mortgage holder. And if they're different from one another and the mortgage company finds out about it, then that mortgage is going to be due in full immediately. Okay, but who's going to be the owner now? They're going to be the new owner. You don't own anything anymore. They own it. Okay? All right. We also have what we call a short sale scam. Scammers, sometimes called short sale negotiators or short sale processors, may promise to expedite a short sale and usually require you to pay a fee, which is illegal in some states. Some scammers may even include surcharges or hidden fees before the transaction closes, which is also illegal in many states. The scammer may also misrepresent the value of the home to the lender. A short sale may be a legitimate option for a homeowner if in default or homeowner who is current and the value of the home has fallen. If the lender agrees to the short sale, but the homeowner should only work with a licensed real estate professional, okay, or real estate attorney, since the law requires that this person is properly licensed to negotiate the short sale with your lender. Homeowners should verify license with the state licensing agencies. And that's very to do. All you got to do is visit the website to check that out. Well, I'm going to thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. And I hope that you do visit my website at affordablehomesandapartments.com so that you can get your copy of Help for Homeowners Facing the Loss of Your Home. We want to stop scammers in their tracks. We want to stop them dead. We don't want them to continue to have innocent homeowners fall victim of this nonsense anymore. Predatory lending, loan modification scams. You're a legitimate homeowner. You work hard for your money, and there's no reason why anybody should try to talk you out of it. But they're going to try. But you're going to be smarter than that. You're going to know better than that, because you have already gotten a copy of Help for Homeowners Facing the Loss of Your Home. You're not going to become a victim of that mess. No, you're not. Because now you're educated. You know what you got to do now. Hey, you may be 11 months behind in your mortgage. There's still a choice. There's still an option for you. There's still something that you can do. You're not stuck. Okay, you have several options, and I list a lot of them in here. The only option that I don't include in here is how we are going to actually sell your house. We would have to sell it. Like I said, when an investor wants to buy your house, somebody says, "Oh, I want to buy it," they're usually talking about buying it at the price of what you owe. So your house may be worth $100,000, but you might only owe $40,000 on the mortgage. Somebody comes to you and they're all anxious to buy the house. They might look at what the contract says if you do decide to go, consider it, and see how much money they're buying it for. Are they saying, how much do you want to sell the house to me for? So sometimes you gotta listen for these key words. How much do you want to sell the house to me for? Or are they saying, I'm gonna buy your house from you. Just sign the paper. Sign the contract. Without even explaining to you what's on the paper. What's in the contract. Okay? That's why I studied real estate, so I could be knowledgeable on these things. I wanted to be knowledgeable on these things, and I did not want to be a victim of, fraud or, any scam or any loan modification scam or any predator. Sometimes these things is common sense that dictate to you, that it just doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, you might say to yourself, hey, that doesn't sound right. That don't sound too hot. I want to think about that for a little while, it sounds good. It sounds interesting, but, does it sound too good to be true to you? Does it sound like it might just be a little bit, that sounds so fantastic. I just got to go home and think about it, though. Because I got to make sure that this is something that's going to benefit me and it's not going to harm me. See, a lot of times we fall victim. Homeowners, you fall victim. You're so anxious and so desperate for a few dollars, that you end up doing something foolish like signing your house away. Some people just walk away from their house, leaving a perfectly good investment up for grabs to anybody. Yes, it takes 12 months before the foreclosure proceeding finally commences. And let me tell you, in some states, even after the foreclosure sale has taken place, you can still redeem your home. In addition to that, even if the sale date has already been set and it hasn't been sold yet, we here at Affordable Homes and Apartments can possibly help you delay the sale. We can work with you to connect you with the right people who can actually institute this proceeding that may need to be done. We can connect you with the people who you need to be connected with. Because that's what we did. What I did was I compiled information from various sources and I put it in here. Okay, in one condensed form. Very easy to read and understand. Easy to follow. Help for homeowners facing the loss of your home. It's available on affordablehomesandapartments.com. Okay, even if there's a marshal at your door, you can still ask the marshal for more time. Check and make sure that those documents that you get are legitimate documents. They all must be signed by the judge, stamped. I believe they must have a court stamp on them. And you can verify that, because if there's anything that has to do with the court, you have time, to go back to the courthouse or to get you a lawyer. You still have yourself some time to do that, to get you a lawyer, to help you, do whatever you got to do. And like I said, if you're income eligible, you should be eligible for legal aid. You might want to consider, hey, even getting food stamps or Medicaid, if your expenses have been reduced. You might want to consider trying to do something with the home, like getting a roommate if you can stand each other, without killing each other, Or you could try to, turn your home into a daycare facility or an adult home. You could use a number of things for, you could do a bunch of things. There's a whole lot of money-making ideas that I'm sure you can think of. You could do something with your home, I'll get some foster children in there, or do respite care, whatever they call that, I mean, there's different things you can do with your home, It depends on the kind of person that you are, But you got to consider, you don't want to come home one day and find a padlock on your door. So don't ignore letters that you get from your lender. You get all these offers, and your mailbox is probably full of a whole lot of letters from people, because once your house goes into foreclosure, that's made a matter of public knowledge for the whole world to see. Just like when you first bought the house, the deed was recorded in the county courthouse for the world to see. And so now your house is facing foreclosure. There's a court document that's filed in court that begins the foreclosure proceeding. So that's how that all begins. It started with a lawyer, and it's made a matter of public record. So once your house goes into foreclosure, it's a matter of public record for the world to see. That's why you get so many letters. You get some from some reputable companies, and you get some from not so good, reputable, some unscrupulous individuals, that you might be getting letters from. So you have to really consider, you have to make sure that they're legitimate, and it's something that you want to do. Hey, if you need $50,000 and you want to take a chance on the $50,000, make sure it's something that you want to do, because then you can't blame anybody if something goes wrong. But seek legal advice before you do anything. Read your documents thoroughly before you read anything. Don't be a victim of loan fraud. Don't be a victim of scam artists. Let's stop them in their tracks, so that we can so that the homeowners, once you become a homeowner, you can stay a homeowner. Okay, and you won't have to lose your house to some unscrupulous company, who decided to break the law. You're a law-abiding citizen. You're a law-abiding citizen. You work hard for your money. You do the right thing. You don't bother nobody. All you trying to do is make it. And then here comes some unscrupulous individual trying to pretend like there's somebody else so that you can get a few dollars from me. Yeah, you might get something from me, but it ain't going to be my money. Okay? And it ain't going to be something that you're going to want either. All right? Help for homeowners facing the loss of your home. Available on AffordableHomesAndApartments.com. Let's stop scammers in their tracks. Let's stop them from taking advantage of innocent victims like you and I. Okay? Catch them in their act. You might even want to say, hey, do you mind if I tape this conversation? For my archives. You know what I mean? You want to tape it. Do you mind? Oh, this call could be monitored and recorded for quality purposes. Do you mind if I record this conversation? That's probably one of the best, real good way to get them out your door. And then you're going to record. You're going to get me on tape. Oh man, before he even commits any crime, just the premeditation of it, just the talking about it, what he can do. He can get in trouble for that. He can say, oh, we know he's planning on doing this. Let's go question him. Maybe we can find out what other acts he's done in the past and nail him in his tracks before he has a chance to do it again. You go to somebody's house and they think they're a homeowner, but they're really the cops. Well, they have video recordings all over the house being recorded. As soon as you walk in their house, as soon as you knocked on their door, there was the recording. It went off. You're being recorded. This conversation and your acts can be recorded for legal purposes. So I want to thank you for joining me today, again, for Real Estate, Religion, and You. And I encourage you to get a copy of Help for Homeowners Facing the Loss of Your Home. Okay, for your archive, for your library. so that it's not your first time you're going into foreclosure, and it probably won't be your last. But at least the next time you do go into foreclosure, you'll be more prepared. You'll know how to handle it. You'll be able to say, hey, let me just go get my book, Help for Homeowners Facing the Loss of My Home. Let me visit affordablehomesandapartments.com for more information. Again, my name is Sylvia Black, and I want to thank you again for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. And I want to invite you to visit my YouTube address at sblack3001. Please email me at sblack@affordablehomesandapartments.com. You can visit my website for more information on this book at affordablehomesandapartments.com. You can hit me up on Facebook at Dr. Sylvia Black. Okay, you can call me at 716-715-2975. Okay, and we're your full-service licensed real estate brokerage firm. We sell houses, we rent apartments. Okay, we conduct workshops and seminars. Matter of fact, we'll be having a seminar on the first Monday of the month at the Meriwether Public Library on Jefferson and Utica in the city of Buffalo. Okay, from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. in the meeting room. For more information on that or to reserve your spot, please affordablehomesandapartments.com and click on the link. It says workshops, and then fill out the questionnaire right online on the website. Okay, thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. Peace out.